Chapter 1. You build meaningful relationships when you understand the importance of everyone around you. How do you make it easy to form relationships? Relationship building boils down to one fundamental realization. How can you help? When you ask people how you can assist them, it quickly narrows your attention to how you can work with them. It helps people understand your intentions, and it gives them a good reason to count on you. Many people want to have deep connections in love, family, and friendship. Yet, these same individuals are expected to act aloof in workplaces, which is wrong. It's normal to have deep emotional alliances within and outside your workplace. Keep in mind, relationships should never be about what you can gain from people, but rather about what you can learn, discover, or connect another person with. Before you can even think of how to go about developing meaningful connections with others, you should discover a deep and important relationship with yourself. Ask yourself what is essential to you. What you find in the process of self-knowing may not be relevant to others, and that is absolutely normal. You must be honest with yourself. You don't have to interact with everyone on the earth to form meaningful connections. To best define how to establish meaningful business relationships, Susan McPherson has created a 3-step method: gather, ask, and do. And this tidbit succinctly explains each step. The following chapters will assist you in defining what significant relationships mean to you. You will also learn to identify those who share not only your beliefs and vision, but also those who push you, uncover your character flaws, and extend the variety and depth of your connections, and how to cultivate meaningful and fulfilling connections. This tidbit is great for employers who wish to modify how they interact with their workforce to get better outcomes. Chapter 2. Genuine connections foster learning, information exchange, creativity, and a feeling of purpose and well-being. A transactional nature often characterizes business connections. Many individuals are so preoccupied with working for others that they forget to work with them, resulting in the development of professional associations and the neglect of emotional ones. In many cases, people have no clue how to create the circumstances for relationships to grow in their business organizations, whether physical or digital. This is particularly true when it comes to interactions with prospective partners. If you suffer from this problem, the first thing you need to do is gather meaningful information and tips about yourself and others. One of the most effective ways to do this is to refocus the objectives of conventional networking by concentrating on what is in front of you. People you know, present talents, and existing connections all need you to give them more physical attention than they have received thus far, as this helps you relate with them on a personal level. Do not undervalue the importance of contacts not directly relevant to your company's goal. Reach out to your present network of friends and colleagues and ask them about the difficulties they're experiencing. Ask them how you can assist or support them. You will establish yourself as an asset, a reliable resource for others. You have a far more significant following than you think, so don't restrict your professional relationships to those you work with. You can make connections and partnerships in unexpected places when you expand your current networks. The greater the number of individuals you know, the better. Keep in mind, examining how you engage with individuals outside the workplace helps you improve your job skills. According to psychotherapist Esther Perel, most friendly abilities are developed throughout adolescence and are transmitted to the workplace later on. In a similar vein, even if you have a unique professional persona, your work self and individual self have a shared origin. They come from you. Certain characteristics separate business from personal life, so you do not need to alter your personality except for good. Chapter 3. One of the best ways to create lasting relationships is by asking people how much you can help them. When making a new connection or attending a new event, you are often unsure how to approach people. Even while it may seem that asking someone how you might assist them would result in you creating issues for yourself, it is not accurate in most cases. Asking how can I help is an invitation for synergy. It sends the message, I am interested in what you do and who you are. Susan McPherson. When you ask how you may assist someone, their interest in you grows exponentially faster. In this way, you no longer convey the appearance of a weak person in need of anything or of someone fearful of being viewed as lower on the professional pyramid. Don't forget, when you offer to help people, you tilt the balance of power and influence in your direction. By taking action, you put yourself in a position to assist, support, and guide others. Starting a discussion with the question, "How can I help?" is beneficial since most individuals are reluctant to take the initiative when they are vulnerable. On the other hand, offering your assistance eliminates the image of being weak. It makes you and a possible customer or colleague closer to one another. But this does not imply that you have to look forward to assisting everyone at a gathering of any kind. Make an effort to identify a small number of persons with whom you have a feeling of resonance and move to them. This adjustment will instantly put you and the person you are offering to assist at ease. Chapter 4. We can have meaningful connections even if we are introverted, provided we appreciate the power of helping others. Introverts struggle to initiate conversations, making it difficult for them to offer assistance. One of the best ways to overcome the problem associated with being shy and withdrawn is to work with someone you like, a super connector. People who are super connectors quickly build strong relationships with a wide range of people. They love to help people find each other and make friends. For example, you can ask them if they know anyone who could help you get a job in a preferred field, using their networks to enlarge your own. Don't speak all the time. While it might be hard for introverts to start conversations, having super connectors around may help them relax. They meet a lot more people than you do, and they connect you with them. If you have a hard time starting a conversation, try to listen instead. Knowing you don't have to speak might make the event more comfortable, even before you get there. Every conversation you have with people should reinforce the belief that you see everyone as a whole human being. Even though introverts need other people to help them grow their network, it isn't okay to be selfish. It would help to practice relationalism, which is the concept of trying to put yourself in another person's shoes. It enables you to overcome being selfish and self-centered with your interactions. When you talk to other people, keep your eye on the larger picture no matter how you do it. In business, it's easy to bother about how your conversation with another person will affect you. However, you should consider how you would also affect them. Examining communications networks, styles, and contents through the perspective of relationalism prioritizes the thickness and depth of connections above the number of relationships you have with others. Refrain from making broad generalizations or seeing every business partner as a means to a transaction. Not every business connection needs to have a solid emotional bond, but every individual interaction in your organization must be soulful. Chapter 5. Criticism and feedback should encourage the receiver to put more effort into their work. Giving feedback is a vital aspect of having a clear, efficient, and open discussion and is essential for successful strategic collaborations. Bringing up concerns about statements made by another person requires a degree of vulnerability. When you know how to say unpleasant things in a friendly way, people feel closer to you, more connected, and more appreciated. When you also inform others about vital information in a courteous manner, you may help them acquire greater faith in you. Feedback should never be delivered negatively. Being unpleasant at work has a limiting impact on relationships and a dismissive effect on productivity and efficiency. Keep in mind, respectfully interacting with the person to whom you are speaking helps them listen to you and grasp what you are teaching them. Even if you do all in your power to be authentic, there will always be misunderstandings. Indeed, we all have prejudices, some of which are concealed and even hazardous to our well-being. People's points of view, evidence, and even our own conclusions are occasionally incorrect. However, we must strive to be mindful of our preconceptions and biases to the greatest extent possible. For instance, many fashion and modeling organizations have an undeniable preference for slim and sometimes skinny models. These models are encouraged to maintain a particular shape, which sometimes leads to eating disorders. According to a study carried out by the Model Health Inquiry in 2021, around 20 to 40% of models suffer from anorexia. But fashion organizations can avoid this by encouraging diversity and incorporating people of different body sizes into their institutions. Did you know? According to a recent survey by Cigna, an American multinational company that manages healthcare and insurance, 46% of adults in the United States sometimes feel alone. Chapter 6. When people don't follow up quickly and effectively, they end up losing meaningful relationships. One of the most overlooked parts of business relationships is making extra efforts even when things seem to be going well. For example, you had a great meeting, you did an excellent job with your presentation or job interview, and you have some proof that things are moving forward. There is no need to stop making more effort. At this point, it's easy to relax and be comfortable with where you are, but you should take follow-up action. This is important for strengthening that first connection and making a job or an idea come true. You've found the correct information and asked the right questions. Do your part next. Be thankful for the gift of friendship. No matter how smart you are, you need others around you to grow. Write down the important things that you might forget later when you're at a business meeting. Keep an eye out for the little things people say about their own lives. For example, write it down if someone mentions visiting London in a team meeting. After the meeting, you can ask them about their time there and how well they did in the weather. It makes the person feel like they're being thought about and cared for. In a relationship, what makes it worthwhile is when each person feels noticed. That's easy and simple to do if you pay attention to the specifics of what they do and what's important to them in their life and work. There's nothing wrong with wanting a fantastic career, whatever that means to you. But pausing to consider which particular skills and experience you have to offer is a different way to look at your career and the people in it, and is an approach that I've also seen work quite effectively. Susan McPherson. People will offer you advice as your network of connections and ties grow, sending countless unsolicited advice, comments, and recommendations your way. Often these suggestions go unheeded, but you should take the counsel as seriously as possible, particularly if you're in a relationship that you would want to be significant. Conclusion. Our personal and work lives are often seen as two distinct personalities, which has led to many misconceptions about how we interact with people, especially those who need our help. Generally, if we're in the position to help others, we believe that they should be the ones who come to us. However, this isn't an entirely good approach to creating a better work relationship with others. It's important to offer to help people, regardless of whether they need our help or vice versa. We can increase productivity at our workplaces by being courteous, interested, polite, and encouraging to others. Unfortunately, not many business organizations know this. Many leaders and managers see their position as one of authority, and as such, they should always be feared and never questioned. A work environment where this kind of mentality exists would struggle to achieve many things. Instead of forcing respect, leaders and employers should be more accommodating and less domineering. Everyone in an organization must strive to be as open-minded as possible. Nobody can predict how their enterprises and personal lives will develop in the future, or how their interactions with people or exposure to foreign cultures will influence their professions in an infinite number of different ways. Even if an employer or a coworker turned you down, your network of friends outside your workplace could help you get back on your feet as soon as possible. In both your personal and professional lives, looking back can help you connect many dots if you keep an open mind to the possibilities of building better relationships. Try this. Write down your business goals and then list your top connections to learn from or help. Doing this helps you make better consultation decisions. Also, remember to celebrate your colleagues, employees, or employers' birthdays and anniversaries. It makes them feel appreciated and noticed.